How we doing, gamers? I apologize for the seasickness. We're just gonna be doing this episode with good old stick drift, as I'm sure everybody's familiar with. This is cool, I guess. This is quite a way to start off the episode right here. I mean, look at this. This is amazing. Look at the viewing experience. You're probably so seasick right now. I am so sorry. Let me go fix this real quick. Yeah, for some reason, instead of like the Joy-Cons having stick drift, for some reason, it's my Pro controller. And I heard like the Pro controllers have like a really good reputation of not having stick drift. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of ironic right there. But anyways, in all seriousness, welcome back to another episode of Bowser's Fury, where I am less congested. My nose is still being a little bit weird, but not nearly as weird as it was being, on the day I recorded the previous episode, which I just finished editing earlier today. So, yeah, we've got a little bit of stuff going on right here. This is the Ruins Continent. It's going to be the last area we visit in this whole game. And this could honestly be either the second to last or third to last episode of this series. Just potentially. That's my prediction as of right now at the start of the video. I guess we'll see where this goes. But we'll see how much progress we get in this episode. Anyways, we're going to finish up this area right here. This is, I think, Risky Whisker Island. See, I got it right. There we go. So, we've got one last thing to do over here. We gotta hop behind a wall. And there aren't a lot of walls over here. So, oh, it's one of these button ones. I also think Bowser's about to come out, not gonna lie. So, yeah, that's gonna be some added difficulty, I guess. But anyways, let's just hit this button, see what happens, what kind of walls we're gonna be hopping behind. Oh my goodness, it's this. I kinda remember this, not gonna lie. This is actually a little bit difficult. So we gotta just run around here and worry about the platforms going away beneath us. But also, we gotta worry about breaking the blocks there at the end with the soccer balls right here. And the magic Koopas too, because it wasn't hard enough already. But there we go. I almost fell off there. What a classic. But there we go. We hopped behind the wall, but also not really. We threw the we kicked the soccer ball at it, that blew up. So, I guess that title doesn't really match what we're actually doing here, but nonetheless, there we go. And coincidentally, we actually landed right on over here. And this, if you don't remember the previous episode, this was actually a cat shine I couldn't access last time because there was like a whole bunch of just black muck over here. This stuff, but now it's gone because we took out Bowser. Or I think actually no, it was because we finished one of the objectives over there. Then it all went away. Makes total sense. I am just going to give myself a cat bell right here, so that way that thing can reach its maximum height and everything, and so we can climb right on up there. So let's just grab this real quick, and there we go. That's another cat shine. Very nice. So there we go. So that's this like whole area complete right here, which is really nice. So now the next area we're gonna want to go to is going to be the place with all the pipes, the pipe tower thing. I can't remember its name. The names are a little hard to keep track of when you're just jumping all over the place. Not sure if this fire flower will help me at all, but I guess we'll find out. So it's gonna be this area right on over here. But I'm also seeing a wow, that was a little bit of lag right there. I'm also seeing some Fury blocks, or I saw some Fury blocks in this area earlier. Let's try to get over there potentially. I believe they were just up and to the right. And this is kind of a good time to do that if you're familiar with this game. If I can navigate my way through the pipes right here, I probably should just go the way I know, which in theory should be right here. Nothing so far, but I am protected from the Bowser Blast because of the pipes that somehow don't melt with that thing, you know, right on them. Now we have reached the very top where the fire flower actually is useful. We can get rid of these spikes right on over here and access another cat shine shard right there. Pretty good. But I don't see any Fury blocks over here. I might have gotten this area confused. Oh wait. Oh yeah, it's because we have this. We kind of have a dam right here. And that must have been what I saw. But anyways, since we're over here, we might as well do the blue coin bustle and everything. And also get the first cat shine shard, because I just casually did that whilst just running around over here, which I guess says a little bit about the difficulty of this. Kind of an underwhelming game, not gonna lie. Anyways, there's the thing right on over there. It's not even hidden at all, so really we just gotta mess around here with the pipes and eventually we'll come right on over to it. Where does this go? Or I can just do this too, you know? There's multiple ways to do things, I guess, but there we go. That's 5 cat shine shards. Now it's time to see if we can collect enough blue coins in the given time limit. If I had to guess, I'd imagine most of them are inside the pipes maybe, if not on top of the pipes. But I guess we're about to find out, so sure enough, they are inside the pipes, which is gonna kind of make this a little bit of a cakewalk. And now it gets even easier up here because the path we need to take isn't even hidden by the water whatsoever. This might be cutting it a little close right there, but nonetheless, we've gotten into the next section. This could be a little hairy right here. I think... Okay. Okay, that's a little bit of a difficulty spike, I guess. I was not supposed to pop out of the pipe right there. Can I actually access any of the clear pipes from, like, the side right here? You know, because we have these openings right here. Can I just jump right in there? Oh, yeah, you can just walk right in there. So, alright, time to restart this. Time for take 2. Not gonna lie, I think this run might actually be the best possible. This is probably the most optimized way to go about collecting all this stuff right here. But we are coming up to the part where I screwed up, so hopefully I can get through that alright. I don't see why not, but, you know, sometimes when you're, just running on these clear pipes right here, it can be a little bit anxiety-inducing, but I didn't know you could just run right across right there. And sure enough, there's the, cat shine. Pretty nice, so we'll go grab that. And that's gonna leave 2 objectives remaining over here. One of them's probably Fury blocks, which I can't seem to find whatsoever, but I'm gonna check. Just over here. No, okay, so, the Fury blocks, where are they at? Are there even any Fury blocks over here? You know, it could be a Fury shadow, too, that we gotta chase, potentially. So far, we are gonna have to come back here later, but conveniently, there's also a Plessy area right here. We got one of these, so this is the one I talked about in the previous episode. Or not, I guess. But it's actually gonna take us way over to the original area where we began everything. So, yeah, I guess it was a different one. Or I just completely made that stuff up. But I could have sworn to you, like, there's one that uses the ship that comes up earlier when you first are able to access this area. But there we go. And with that, Mr. Bowser, he's back to where his hiding spot is. Ooh, look, a shiny rabbit. Let's go catch that guy. Come here, you. You can't escape, buddy. You can try, but you can't. You just can't. You can't outrun the dynamic duo of Mario and Plessy. You just can't. It's against the law. Get over here. The key with this is to be able to predict where this guy's gonna be next, so we just gotta turn into this guy, and if he does that, he can always just run the other way too. This might be a little difficult. I might have him. Oh my goodness. I was literally like an inch away from that guy right there. You saw that. But I think I've figured out the trick right here. We just gotta wait for this guy to turn, and sure enough, there we go. That's gonna be another one. Don't know how I missed that guy. I might have said something and never like actually done anything over here, but that's okay. And over here we got ourselves another Plessy area, and this might be the area I was referencing. So we got this hidden passageway under the waterfall right here. And it looks like this is going to be a pretty big coin one as well. We got a duck underneath these fences right here. You know, got to keep the water clean. Got to make sure nobody's slipping through here. But yeah, April Fool's, buddy. You can literally just duck right underneath him. You can't keep Mario out of here. All right, so that was not indeed the one I mentioned. But look at this, another old place. This is where we solved the serious, crazy, never-ending, or I thought to be never-ending mystery right here. This is where we found the 3rd kitten for the parent that is all the way over there at the Ruins Gigabell. But anyways, there's a ship. You know, I think I might have already done this, potentially. Not like in this direction, but I am noticing that the starting point right here awfully lines up with the path of the rings we could have taken. So, yeah, I did that, but it was in the opposite direction towards more of the ruins over there. So I guess I goofed, but that's okay. And would you look at that? They're the Fury blocks I was looking for. At least I'd assume these are the Fury blocks. I guess I just failed to search the correct area right there, but now we got some Fire Bros over here. Time to give them a taste of their own medicine, if I can actually stay up on top of the pipes. That would be nice. This is a very delicate situation right here. I don't know, I've said that like 60 billion times with these pipes right here. and how you're supposed to walk on them and everything. But it really is, you know, it's a little tough. This round up here could be a little bit tricky because we also gotta exit the area. We gotta exit the pipe whilst the fire bros are shooting stuff through it. Kind of like that. But I believe I can do the same thing too. I think that guy just dodged it completely. That's okay. I'm not sure if we're actually supposed to be taking all these guys out. I think it just helps, you know, because we have a key we gotta be looking for right here. And we gotta get that thing down nice and safely. The fire bros are not gonna make that easy at all in the slightest. So yeah, it would probably be helpful to take them out. But no sign of any keys around here. This cat is being crazy and stuff. But Fury blocks, we should probably go break those. Here they are right here. Hopefully I'm not too late. You know, hopefully this guy is gonna jump right on over there, kind of like that. Perfection. Just break these blocks right here. Nothing bad's gonna happen, Mr. Bowser. You know, I'm just gonna grab this shine so that way you can go back underground and stuff. There we go. So that's 4 out of 5 objectives completed over here. Pretty good stuff. Anyways, the key. We need the key. The key is kind of important. We needed to get inside this cage right here. I'm not really sure where it's at. I'm kind of surprised I wasn't able to find it at the top of the tower, but it didn't really look all that thoroughly up there because, you know, I'm gonna check again. I really think having it up there would kind of, you know, really make this the most difficult area possible, whilst also, oh, there it is, whilst also making sure that, you know, the player gets to explore every single place. How the frick am I supposed to get to that? Because I can exit the pipe, but I'll only go up and then back down right here if my stick will let me. So yeah, I can't move in the air at all whatsoever right there, so we're gonna have to go someplace else. So I think the move here is going to be getting on top of the tower right here and then jumping down, potentially. It is going to be a little bit risky. I've already explained why, but we're going to do it anyway. We got a nice little top-down perspective. And now we got to bring this key all the way to the designated area via the pipes. But, you know, instead of riding through them, we got to go on top of them. So wish me luck right here. We're going to have to start all over if I screw this up. So this is probably going to be the most difficult point in this video. Right here, this is looking a little tricky because you got to avoid going into the pipe right there. You know, you gotta bring it down here. But there we go. Thought I lost my footing there for a second, but that's going to be all 5 objectives over here. Complete. Very nice. Good stuff. Anyways, we still have not located the kitten that I suspect might be over here. Could have been the one that was right here. But there are 5 kittens we gotta find in total for that parent, so I'm just gonna go check around real quick. It is possible, though, that there could actually be 1 or 2 of them over here. Because it looks like we got a lot of space over here in this final area before we gotta face Bowser for the last time. So I'm gonna go check this out and maybe complete some stuff over here before ending the video. So, looking around over here, no signs of any kittens yet. Let's see what Bowser Jr. sketches together right here. Let's see, a boomerang flower. That's pretty good. I like that. Still no signs of any kittens, unfortunately, but it might be a little challenging to have one up here. Then again, you know, we could always just ride the rails with a kitten, potentially. And that's how we transport it back down. But we're going to grab this cat shine shard right here. That's going to be number 2. Number 1 is on a rail that's right over the black substance, as I always refer to it as. It would not be a good way to go out, so yeah, we're gonna steer clear of that until I can clear it out, potentially. And if I can't, well, then I can't, and you know, that's just life sometimes. This is gonna be a very narrow area. I'm gonna try getting this right here. There we go, we got a very nice wall jumping effort right there, pretty good stuff. But now, we just gotta keep going. See where this goes. Get hit by the Bowser beam. And would you look at that, that's a pipe. But I'm not going to take it, because if you're familiar with the previous area, that actually might take me back to the start. Which, obviously I don't want. You know, I worked really hard to get up here and everything. Might not be ideal for this situation. So we're just going to keep going. Why on earth would it let us skip all of this right here? It's a little suspicious. Now over here, I reckon there might be another cat shine shard that I'm going to check out. So if we just duck underneath here, sure enough, there the thing is. That's going to be a little tricky jump right here. And coming back. Can I go back? There we go. I was a little worried I wouldn't be able to fit underneath there for a second. We've also got this. I'm not really sure what this is, so let's just ground pound into it. Completely missed the PAL blocks. which we're supposed to hit to destroy the whole thing. But there we go. And I didn't get to see what was behind there. If I had to guess, it was probably a little bit of coins. But nothing important, to be honest. Going on over here, I think we might have a boss right here. We're looking for a cat prince bully. This guy right here. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen this before, like you have with many other things in this game. If you've seen the 3D World series, this guy's a boss there too. But you know, he's not a cat, he's normal. Again, this is an instance where literally the cat aesthetic literally adds absolutely nothing, in my opinion. Because this guy behaves exactly the same way as he did in 3D World. Nonetheless, that should be the last hit. And sure enough, it is. There we go. We'll get ourselves a shine. Pretty nice stuff right there. Very good. Still no signs of any kittens, unfortunately. And sure enough, the area has now been made a lot safer, which is very nice. We needed that. So to end off the video, I'm going to go grab that last cat shine shard, which is now a lot easier to access, thanks to that. And that'll be the second objective completed over here. So there it is right down there. I can just literally jump right down here and get it. So yeah, there we go. That's 2 out of the 5 objectives completed over here. And then after that, that's gonna be like every cat shine in every major area. It's gonna be pretty crazy. But anyways, that's all I've really got for you today. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw, and I will see you in the next video, which might be the last, honestly. That's my prediction. I think the next episode is going to be the last episode, making this game shorter than Captain Toad, if that says anything. So yeah, that's about it. See you later.